Your body has this secret language, and today we're going to learn how to actually listen to it. We're going to dive into those quiet, subtle signals it sends out, way before a major heart issue ever happens. These are the vital clues that honestly are just so easy to miss.
I mean, that's a really powerful idea, isn't it? Just the thought that your own body is trying to warn you. Like, it's trying to give you a heads up that something's not quite right, that trouble is brewing.
And that's the question that really matters. Because ignoring even one of these whispers, well, it can have some pretty serious consequences. So today, we're going to learn exactly how to tune in.
So why is this so critical? I mean, why does this matter so much? It's because these whispers, they're not random, not at all. They're actually part of this incredibly sophisticated built-in warning system that every single one of us has.
Okay, so let's get real for a second. Heart disease is the #1 killer worldwide. But here's the thing, it almost never starts with that sudden dramatic collapse you see in movies. Nope, it begins with these really small signs, maybe a strange fatigue, an odd discomfort. Stuff that, let's be honest, most of us just brush off. But here's the absolute key. The heart never whispers without a reason.
Alright, so let's jump into the signs you probably think you know. The classic ones. But as we're about to see, the reality is often way different from what we've all been shown in the movies. Okay, first up, chest discomfort. Yeah, it's the classic sign for sure, but it is so widely misunderstood. So here's the crucial thing you need to get. You shouldn't be waiting for that sudden, sharp, crushing pain. It's usually way more subtle. It can feel like pressure or tightness or even just a dull ache, typically right in the center of your chest. And here's the real telltale sign. It often pops up during activity, lasts a few minutes, goes away when you rest, and then it comes back. That pattern, that's a huge red flag. It's called angina, and it's literally your heart telling you, hey, I'm not getting enough oxygen here.
Okay, how about this one? Does this sound familiar? You used to walk up a flight of stairs, no problem at all. But now, you find yourself totally winded at the top. It's so easy to just dismiss that, right? But you really shouldn't. And that feeling, that sudden out-of-breath moment, brings us right to our second classic sign, shortness of breath.
And listen, this is not just a normal part of getting older. When your heart isn't pumping blood as efficiently as it should, your lungs are forced to work overtime to pick up the slack. You really need to pay close attention if this happens during super light activity, like just walking slowly, or, and this is a big one, if it happens when you're just lying down or it actually wakes you up from sleep. That is a crystal clear signal that you need to talk to a doctor.
Now this is where it gets really fascinating. Your heart's distress signals, they don't always stay put in the chest. Oh no, they can travel, showing up in some pretty unexpected places all over your body. This is what's known as radiating pain, and it's a really key sign that gets missed a lot, especially by women. So the pain from a struggling heart can actually travel. It's kind of like the body's wiring gets crossed, right? The nerve signals from your heart get jumbled up with nerves from other parts of your body. Now the classic path is down the left arm, we all know that one, but it can also show up as discomfort in your neck, your jaw, or even your back, right between the shoulder blades. And please, remember this, women are especially likely to experience these non-chest pain symptoms. They often feel it more in the back and the jaw.
Alright, next up, here's the sign you might notice first thing in the morning when you're just putting on your shoes.
I mean, this just goes to show how connected everything in our body is. Fluid building up in your legs or ankles can be one of the absolute earliest warnings from your heart. See, when a weakened heart can't pump blood effectively, that blood starts to back up in your veins. This causes fluid to leak out into the tissues around it. So what are the practical signs you'd see? Well, maybe your shoes suddenly feel way tighter, or your socks leave these deep marks on your ankles that stick around for a while. Okay, now we're getting into the really surprising clues. These are the sneaky ones, the ones that are so easy to just blame on stress, or a bad night's sleep, or pretty much anything else besides your heart. So, let's talk about fatigue. Look, we all get tired. That's normal. But heart-related fatigue, that's a whole different beast. It's this deep, constant exhaustion that a good night's sleep just doesn't fix. Think about it. If you used to walk the dog with no problem and now you feel completely wiped out afterwards, that's a sign. It means your heart might be struggling to circulate enough oxygen-rich blood to keep up with what your body needs. And believe me, the whispers don't stop there. What about an irregular heartbeat? You know, that fluttery, flip-flop feeling in your chest? That could be atrial fibrillation, which is a big deal because it can increase your risk of a stroke. or sudden unexplained dizziness. That is not normal. It could mean not enough blood is getting to your brain. Even loud snoring, especially if it involves gasping for air, could be a sign of sleep apnea, which puts a massive strain on your heart night after night. And finally, things like nausea or breaking out in a cold sweat for no apparent reason. It might feel like the flu, but it could actually be your heart in serious distress.
Okay, now for men, this next sign is one of the most important early warnings out there, so listen up. The arteries that supply blood to the penis are actually smaller than the ones around the heart. What does that mean? It means they often get clogged up first. So erectile dysfunction can actually show up years before any chest pain ever does, acting as this critical early warning light for widespread artery disease. This is not just a private issue, it's a potentially life-saving health signal.
So we've learned how to listen for the whispers. The big question now is, what do you actually do when you hear them? And folks, this is the most important part of our whole conversation.
It's a really simple three-step plan. Number one, listen. Actually acknowledge the signals and promise yourself you won't just dismiss them. Number two, act. Don't delay. Call a doctor, schedule that appointment, and tell them exactly what you've been experiencing. And number three, protect your engine. Start today. Your heart works 24/7 for you. It's time to make those lifestyle changes that will help it keep doing its incredible job.
And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. Heart disease rarely, if ever, strikes without some kind of warning. Your body gives you clues. And remember, listening and acting on these early whispers isn't about being scared. It's about being empowered. It's about taking control. The earlier you respond, the better your outcome will be. The better your chances are for a long and healthy life. So the final question I'll leave you with is this. What is your body whispering to you?